Good, maybe Friday morning. Listen to that voice.
What?
Just even when things are going well for us here in Phoenix, watching the Giants play last night, we get bad news right in the middle of that. On top of it, of course, you're watching the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he's rejuvenated today. He was in the house that John Holmberg built. I added on a couple layers there. Dobson High School last night. He survived. Dale Illustrate, everybody.
I saw the McCollum Business Building. I saw the patch of grass that Steve got in trouble for. And it's a very nice facility. It's just too bad that they've never been good.
Nah, they won a championship.
Well, that was when you had a full head of hair and you were skinny.
Were
you even born?
I wasn't even there yet.
Were you even born in 87?
I didn't know they won it because I was like in elementary school. Yeah.
Okay.
Toby Wright.
Yeah.
Toby Wright. Best coach, best player I've ever had. Finally got to play in the NFL.
But very nice facility. Thank goodness for the running clock in high school.
Who knew Sunny Slope was going to boat race?
Yeah. Well, we kind of knew that going in.
Well, you got to remember, though, too, that Dobson coach unceremoniously last off season, end of last year, got marched off of campus with the handcuffs with the police. So now they have somebody that is good to the program there, but obviously some disarray there with the Dobson program going into this season. From what I've heard, I don't know about the new coach, but what I've heard, he's done a phenomenal job keeping them together, getting through this season, and then hopefully it grows after that.
Bobby Newcomb's the new head coach at Dobson. He's a kind of a proven guy.
And he coached there before.
He coached at Castile for a number of years,
Yeah.
and he was unceremoniously marched out of there.
Which shocked me. Dobson hired him because after that, it had nothing to do with what he was doing at Dobson, the coach that was arrested. He was doing it on the west side of town, but I was shocked. Normally, when that happens, you go squeaky clean.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I don't know exactly how many people wanted that job. But what's fascinating about Dobson, he's got his son, Bobby Newcomb's son, is on there. He's a junior, pretty good football player. He got a bunch of juniors, so
they're young.
Well, we'll see how that season finishes and goes.
The problem, since I went to Dobson and on, it's just it goes through ebbs and flows, but it was a bunch of kids like me there for a while, snotty-nosed, kids, and stuff like that. So, that's why we kept losing to teams like Mountain View. I mean, not Mountain View was snotty-nosed kids, but their parents beat them or something and made them do well.
Well, the coaches did.
Yeah. I left that for you there.
Yeah.
Throw that up there for you. But, yeah, so, I mean, you saw it. I mean, Dobson's improved a lot since I went there, and it was good when I was going there and everything. But stands were good. Not too those stairs. I used to run those stairs, Dale. Well, the bleachers haven't changed at all.
They haven't. They need some railings though on the lower level. They need some railings. It's not as bad as Saguaro High School's home side stadium.
Only thing that's changed, I think they redid the box up top at one point. But only thing that's changed is they have when I went to school there, they didn't have the outline of the Mustang painted in the stands and stuff like that they've added over time. But artificial turf, of course.
Yes.
It rained yesterday. I drove by there 2-3 o'clock. It was raining. That's why I didn't go last night to see Dale. I was I'm not going to go sit in the rain.
I sent you a picture of some decent-looking nachos.
You sent me that at 8:30 at night, and it was 28-0 already. I'm not getting in my car, driving 30 minutes to go to Dobson for nachos at 8:30
Come by and see your buddy Dale. Say hi to your parents. I mean, what's wrong with that?
I'm going to show my parents house at 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
Unannounced. Hey, guys.
Look at their Ring camera. So I have to ask you a question. So Brooke is out of town. She's at a conference this weekend.
Yep.
And
bachelor in it.
Yeah, she left yesterday and calls this morning on the way in.
Uh-oh.
And how many questions do you think were about how I'm doing?
No. It's all about the dog.
Did you give her this?
Yeah.
She gets this treat. When she gets back from her walk, I do this.
To be fair, when I call you, I just ask questions about the dog, too.
That's I'm doing okay, even though I was up all night.
Because the dog wouldn't leave me alone.
As soon as the first bolt, or not, the lightning's okay.
It's the
Thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like it's going to be an all.
I have a radio, like one of those old clock radios. Young kids, look it up. A little small clock radio. I got at CVS like 4 or 5 years ago. That anytime that happens, I just turn it on. She listens to like whatever station is on that, programmed on that thing.
At about 2 a.m, I thought maybe I should go get my phone and do that white noise.
That's what I mean. It's just noise.
Yeah.
You know, problem with TVs. I used to do TVs, but those turn off after X amount of time. So I had to go get the radio thing. Yeah, and it's just she listens. You know, so it's just noise on, so it feels like somebody's there. She doesn't bark all night. Oh, that's hilarious. So she's gonna call on your way home later on, saying, "How's the dog?"
She'll call tonight, and she's already got neighbors.
We need. I was gonna say we need to put money on this now. Is one of the daughters coming over today, tomorrow, Sunday morning, to take the dog for a walk and then just not bring him back until
Actually, our nephew has graciously accepted coming over and hanging out. Well, especially because last night I'd leave at 4:30 to get over to your place.
It would have been a long night last night because you didn't get home till what, 10 or 11? 10, 11?
Yeah, it's about 11 o'clock, and then tonight I head out to Liberty.
Yeah, you're going even farther.
And I don't know what the weather's going to be like. So
I heard KTR this morning, because I was listening to them on the way in. They said the big part of today's rainstorm is going to be drive home time. They say so. So where Liberty is, what's the cross streets on Liberty? It's way out there.
It's just west. It's just west.
Drive until you hit it.
Yes.
But that's what I mean. So if downtown, this area is the hardest hit, then that means it's going to get hit probably right around game time. As it moves across town.
I think they got a pretty nice press box. So
once you get in there, you're fine. Yeah. Dobson nachos, old school nachos, man, has the cheese drizzle on top. You're gracious.
Plenty of cheese too. There's cheese.
No, they look good.
Couple of jalapenos.
Yeah, no, they look good. Was that guy like, what are you taking a picture of my food for?
I did it very stealthily.
You think so, and then your flash goes off.
Are you a jalapeno guy?
I am. I love jalapenos.
Do you?
I love jalapenos on certain things, not on a pizza. No.
Okay. I like the
sandwiches?
jalapeno juice on certain things.
Yeah.
I like to squeeze the juice.
Yeah.
I don't like to actually eat the jalapeno.
No, on nachos, you got to get the jalapenos. If they're right, if they're not ripe and they're hard, they're not ripe yet, and you put them on, it's like, no, it's got to be perfect. But no, they're so awesome. Yeah. No, the juice is good too. Yeah.
Well, we leave yesterday, and things were okay in the Valley.
I mean, the only question was, is Kyler Murray going to play this weekend? And I think most of the fan base is hoping Kyler Murray takes a week off and we see Jacoby Brissett run this team.
Or at least not fretting over the fact that, you know what? Hey, it's Kyler Murray or it's Hellestray.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all we were, literally, even when I left here, I did McGollum on Business. I did Pit Stop Look-Ahead show for this weekend. Walked out of here skipping, all excited to get home and maybe go to Dobson till it was raining like crazy before that. And then, get home, watch some Giants football last night. Ooh. Eagles.
Ooh.
Oh, I said this about the Bills earlier. I'll just say it real quick. It's whatever you think of Kyler Murray. He's a mid-level quarterback in the NFL. It's hard to replace him, but you feel like you could replace him, right?
Yeah.
He's that type of quarterback. Maybe you can get lucky. Cardinals don't get lucky, though, when they make those moves, folks, right? And then I said this about Josh Allen, watching Hard Knocks and everything. I'm just like, oh, dear God, if you could get a Josh Allen quarterback. For the love of God. That makes your fandom and your team just so much better. We saw that with the Baltimore Ravens, right? Lamar Jackson. Say what you want about Lamar Jackson. He takes a lot of heat, Dale. And Lamar Jackson, he's out one game, and the Ravens offense looks like they've never played football before last week.
That literally could have been
atrocious.
You or me playing quarterback.
Yeah, not just quarterback, though. Derrick Henry couldn't run the football. Receivers all of a sudden can't run routes. They're not getting open anymore. It was just like, what is wrong with this Ravens offense? Holy cow. And then I've been telling you guys on this program, I am not a Jackson Dart fan at Ole Miss. I could care less about him. But I saw him get drafted, and I went, they have Russ Wilson. I go, that kid's going to start. I've told you guys before the preseason started, I said Jackson Dart will be starting on this team by week 5. Brian Dable will either be fired or he's going to make the move to save his job. And watching him last night just throw just these beautiful balls and receivers who were dropping them at times, and just his excitement on the field, just his – now, he thinks he's Cam Scatterboo. He needs to settle down on the running guys over because you're going to get killed.
Yeah, that's a losing proposition.
He went down after that one hit, and I was like, dude, somebody help him out.
Did you see the thing on Twitter?
Which one?
The meme or whatever it was where Dayball was peeking into the blue tent because Russell Wilson took one shot, one snap.
Yeah, how do you feel about Russell Wilson today? He goes in, throws the ball, just ugly throw, incomplete, and Dayball's yelling at the medical guy on the status of his quarterback to get back in there. Hey, Russell Wilson, you're wanted, right, from that perspective. But it's just you sit here and you watch these guys. I've watched 3 Colts games this year. I'm not a Daniel Jones fan, but I'm wondering if it was a coaching problem with Daniel Jones, not a quarterback problem, because he's got talent, and everything. And you just sit here and you watch these young quarterbacks, and they just look so good. They just look so good. Throwing the football, they look poised. Jackson Dart looks like Troy Aikman in year 15, man. Just poised back there, just nothing rattles him, cheers his team on the sideline, and everything. And it's just like, and then we got Kyler Murray. And it's a knock on Kyler Murray if you want to. It's just different. It's different. And it's just like, oh, this is depressing what we got. And so I'm kind of hoping we see Jacoby Brissett this weekend. Now, he's not going to be able to start for you all season and get you places. He's proven that throughout his career. But can he get 4 or 5 games? And I also want to solve this. Is it the OC or the quarterback issue? Jacoby Brissett's going to help us solve that if he can start. But it's just depressing watching these other quarterbacks. Did you see some of those throws? You were busy. But Jackson Dart made some throws last night that you were like, dude, a 10-year vet's having a hard time making those throws, man. And he's just putting them right in there.
Well, between him and your boy Scatterboo, they've just rejuvenated that franchise in 2 weeks.
I put it out. I told you in the preseason they were going to do it. I was like, I don't know why you're starting with Russell Wilson and the cat that started for the running back. I'm like, no, just go with who you got there. Because you knew it was coming. You just knew it was coming.
And now every day you wake up to something else. You got the New Orleans Saints all-pro linebacker talking about what a bad dude Scatterboo is.
We all knew here what a bad dude Scatterboo was.
But you always wonder,
will it cross over?
Will it go ahead and translate to the NFL?
It's enjoy this because I don't think it's going to be a long career.
Well, hopefully he gets his 3 or 4 years in minimum.
Yeah. That's right.
And he gets more endorsement deals than he can shake his stick at. Because right now, I got to believe his agent's taking a bunch of calls in New York.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be great? He's like in a hard hat on a construction site, selling some construction job out there.
It'd be fat. And the thing is, sometimes when you see over-exuberant rookies like that,
it doesn't come off that.
The veterans don't like it. It just rubs people the wrong. They genuinely love these guys.
There was a shot last night on Amazon, like later in the game after Russell Wilson went in and then promptly got yanked out. I think Dable was like, I don't care if Jackson Dart is, headed to the hospital unconscious. Get him out there. Because Russell Wilson ain't the answer. Which I have to say this. That's a bad look on Dable, man. That's a bad look on Dable. How he's it looks like he's begging the medical guy to get him back out there, going into the tent, which is a no-no, by the way, because they're supposed to be independent people and stuff like that. It's a bad look. And it's a bad look because also you're showing up Russell Wilson also. You might need him. And then you're showing up that you don't want him out there and you're begging the guy. It's a bad look from that side. But I put it out on Twitter last night. It's fun to watch. The Giants are fun to watch again right now. It's not going to equate to a ton of wins for them this year, but they're fun to watch. Yes. It's great to watch. And the thing that pisses me off the most, though, Dale, makes me angry the most, It's fun to watch, and Dable's job's going to be saved because of this. And he needs to get out of there. They need a coach that is going to push these guys up to the next level. And Dable's going to get all the credit for it.
So nothing about it makes you go, gosh, the Cardinals had 4 shots at Scadaboo and didn't use it?
Well, let's address that. Because like Heathen Hammer, who watches us on YouTube, guys, don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel, free on demand there for you. I apologize. I forgot who it was. Somebody reached out to me on Twitter who listens to the free podcast systems and on the show. And they were like, what was Monty looking at? Okay. You just said it. Here's the thing. It's easy to look at it now and go, oh, you could use Cam Scadaboo in this system. 2 things the way I look at this. One, back in April, with all the holes you had on defense and everything, yes, 3rd round, I get it. But you didn't need Cam Scadaboo at that time. Everybody had high hopes for Trey Benson then, even though he's kind of letting us down. Everybody knew Connor, who is Cam Scadaboo but older. Everybody thought Connor was coming in. We're going to have a great running game and stuff like that.
Way over 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah. So you didn't need that position. Right. So it's easy now to look back and go, oh, what were you missing? But at the time, you didn't need that. If they would have drafted him, we all would have been happy about it. But we also would have been like, what about the other holes you got, Tiger? Right? Then the other side of this, the way the running game started this year, Cam Scadaboo here, we'd all be wanting to run him out of town by now about how he can't run. He's not going to do anything in the NFL. He can't run here. We all would be bashing him because of the Cardinals' run game being terrible. So that's how I look at the Cardinals not drafting him. Is one, at that time it wasn't the right move to do. 1, and 2, we would be ripping him up and down about how he's not going to make it in the NFL because he can't run the football here. You see that Giants offensive line? They have offensive linemen that are struggling this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still opening holes that he can hit those holes and then do his damage. Cardinals have no holes.
They don't, but at the same time, when you have a running back, as a guy who's had the fortune of blocking for a couple Hall of Famers and a couple not Hall of Famers.
Well, name those guys there that you had running behind you.
Your job is much easier as an offensive line. People ask me, what was it like blocking for Eric Dickerson in college? Like, you had to hold your block for a half a second.
Yeah, he was running.
And he's gone.
Yeah, you literally just had to touch the guy, and Eric Dickerson was running by you.
You get your head on the right side, and he's gone. And then there's other guys where, you're pile driving a guy, flat backing him, and you're still only gaining 2 yards.
Yeah, and the running back's back there dancing.
Yeah, dancing, runs into your back.
Trying to find the hole.
Yeah.
No, and I get that perspective, but that's James Conner, though.
Yeah.
And James Conner had nowhere to run.
I was just halfway thinking, 4th round, he was still on the board.
I thought, wasn't he drafted in the 3rd round?
I thought it was 4th round.
You might be right.
But I'll double check.
Yeah. Let's make sure we're fact. I thought it was the 3rd round, but that's the thing. 4th round on, you could take a shot on him on that, but I don't think he was there. I don't think he was available at that point. Look that up here real quick because I'm so disgusted. Then after the game, he's ripping his shirt off with Ryan Fitzpatrick from Highland, by the way. Highland to Harvard.
Yeah.
To every NFL team, I think, except for 3 in the NFL out there. And they're all ripping their shirts off and grunting. It's fun to watch is all I can say on that from that side. And it's infectious. And they have a quarterback that matches that energy out there as well. So it's just I don't know. It's just depressing as a Cardinals. Watching the Cardinals and then
4th round, 105th overall pick.
So it was 4th round. Okay.
So that again, 3rd round, I would have said no. That's a reach.
Maybe that's why I thought he went 3rd round because I was like, I wouldn't draft him in the 3rd round.
4th round, again, it's hindsight's 20/20 because I'm on record as saying I didn't know how his physicality would translate to the NFL.
Here's the other side. We're through 6 games now.
Yeah.
You play 11, 12 in college. 13
well, they
maybe.
played last
13?
year. Yeah.
That's you can speak for this. That's a long difference. 13 to 16, let alone 17 now.
Yeah.
That's a big difference in your way your body feels toward the end of the season.
No doubt about it.
With the way he plays with reckless. There was a play last night. He's just running down. Everybody else would have stepped out, and I don't know who the Eagles defender was, but all you see is just this white jersey flying through the air. Kind of like Jazz and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air being thrown out of the house. He's just running, and he just has to step out. He just goes bloop, and you just see an Eagles guy. Whoa,
whoa.
And he picks up like three extra yards.
Like who and what?
Jazz from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when Uncle Phil would throw him out of the house, Dale.
How do you work a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air comparison?
Because when I saw it happen
show.
live on the Amazon broadcast, I went, "Oh my God, that looked like Jazz flying out of the house with Uncle Phil."
Well, I'm happy for him. Like I said, heck, he might not need to sign a second contract with the Giants if things continue to go this way.
Robert says, "I think Helly nailed it. Dale's 40 time and the time that it took Connor to get to the hole are very close." No, Connor gets that ball and hits where he's supposed to run the football. And he imposes damage on him. Trey Benson is the one that dances back there a little bit and runs side to side, things like that. No, Cam's a little bit faster. But, that is one thing. Cam gets stuffed at the line. He's still picking up 2 yards.
Yeah, he's getting positive yardage.
Stuff like that, I know. But, okay, I'm just going to say this. You might be the biggest Arizona State and Cam fan, and you wanted him to sign here with the Cardinals. You didn't even think he was going to do what he's doing with the Giants right now.
Remember last year at this time, they're like, he's going to be a special teams guy.
I said he'll make his mark as a third down back, getting a pass out of the backfield, open field, juking some guys and running some guys over is what I thought. But he's turning into an every down between the tackles back.
3 touchdowns.
And he's doing Arizona State struggling in the red zone this year. Giants aren't. Just hand the ball off. They don't have to do it with 5 tush pushes in a row. Dude, I'm on board with everybody on this, by the way. Tush push needs to go away.
Oh, come on.
I don't mind once on a drive, twice on a drive on third down, do it. I do it. It's basically a quarterback keeper. But when you do it 4, 5 times in a row, Dale, like the Eagles did last night to score a touchdown, that's ridiculous. That is stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was bad. You were calling a fabulous Dobson high school football game last night, so you didn't see that 4 or 5 times in a row, Dale. They ran the tush push to get a touchdown. That's where I was like, dude, get out of here.
You can't outlaw a particular play because only
coming.
One team can do it.
It's coming. It's coming, folks. It's coming. Yeah, so I don't know. That's my thoughts on Cam being a Cardinal in the drafting time. I don't agree with you. The way he's playing now, Cardinals could use him, obviously.
You don't disagree with
I don't disagree. The Cardinals can use him. But if you step back and look at the reality
at the
of
time,
it,
again, first, second, third round, absolutely, positively not.
Yeah, and I know I saw somebody last night go, I knew somebody should have taken him in the second round. And I'm like, get out of here.
No.
That wasn't even close to what people thought back in the draft days and the narrative and stuff to that effect.
Hey,
that cracked me
what
up.
do you think people said about Jerry Rice, who didn't go to the 4th round?
Times were different back then, though, where like you looked at those small schools for some. I mean, nobody thought he was going to be Jerry Rice when he got done.
No.
That was a welcome surprise.
Mississippi Valley State. How many teams? I mean, again, and we're doing a extreme example.
Yes.
Probably the best wide receiver ever.
Probably.
And Scatterboo's not going to be in that category, but people can be found in any round of the draft. I'm just happy for him in the here and now.
See, I mean, because I wanted to verify this before I said it. You just said that about Jerry Rice, like he didn't have to. He was still drafted 16th overall in the first round.
Who am I thinking about?
Yeah, there was a receiver that turned out to be a Hall of Fame receiver that was like
Jerry
late
Rice
in the
was
end.
the first round.
The first round.
Okay, that's my bad.
I just had to look it up because I was
bad.
like, wait a minute. Jerry Rice was a high draft pick, 85 draft pick there as well.
Here's my
there was a receiver, Chris Carter, maybe. Yeah, there was a Hall of Fame receiver that was drafted at the very bottom, like nobody thought scrap heap, and he made his way. Oh, wasn't Chris Carter was an undrafted free agent, wasn't he?
Okay, well, we're just throwing stuff out.
Well, he was a supplemental draft guy. He came out because he got kicked out of college. That's right. So but I don't know. If you know who we were thinking of, let us know from that perspective. But there was a Hall of Fame guy that everybody was like, "Wow, you turned out to do all right." Nobody had faith in you from that side. So I don't know. It was a fun night last night, even though my alma mater got their butt kicked. Typical Dobson. The Sunny Slope of all teams. Really? Where you at tonight? The Liberty and who?
Liberty
Centennial.
and Centennial.
Liberty and Centennial.
Big. Oh wow! I was just pulling. That's not helping me. Never mind. I was trying to find the lowest draft picks, lowest wide receiver draft picks that made the Hall of Fame. But
I know you're talking about it. It'll come to me like midnight tonight. I'll text you like you did nachos last night. I'll text you late tonight and give you a heads up here for where you're at.
Centennial Liberty has turned into one of those big rivalries, those must-see type of things. Both of them. Centennial won the 5A state championship last year, and Liberty won the Open. I'm sorry, Centennial won the 6A. Yeah, 6A. Liberty won the Open. And so hopefully it'll be a good game.
Centennial did win it last year. I couldn't remember if they were running up.
They went to the playoffs at 3-7.
Yeah. Remember they were 0-7.
Yeah,
or 0-6 or something. Then those transfers started playing and they snuck in. Because I remember last year Desert Ridge didn't have a good record, and they were like, "Hold on," and then they put Centennial in over Desert Ridge, and we were all up in arms.
You still holding on to that?
I had pitchforks out. I was getting torches ready.
And so, are you telling me SCA plays tomorrow night at 7:00?
Yep.
Are you telling me that if there's a drop of rain in your front yard, you're not going?
I'm not going.
Fair weather.
It's actually not the rain per se. It's the threat of lightning. I just don't want to sit through a 3-hour lightning delay. I just don't. Now I'm more prone to sit through this one just because it should be a good game, right?
Should be.
But Liberty Centennial. I've seen Centennial play twice this year. They don't impress me much. They're really good. They're good. Don't get me wrong. They're good. But they're a step down from the other side. And Liberty and Basha kind of go back and forth on who's the best team.
Liberty, Basha, Hamilton have separated themselves. I did the Hamilton Centennial game.
But Hamilton, people are still sleeping on Hamilton, and they're young. Hamilton's sophomore quarterback, I think.
They're
young, and
they have
good.
A sophomore wide receiver and a sophomore quarterback, and they're averaging 50.
Yeah, I know. So people are starting to wake up to Hamilton there, but Liberty, Basha have always been the two that are kind of like, all right, these are going to be the two teams there at the end, kind of a deal. So I expect Liberty to win this, but it'll be a competitive game.
Yeah.
I just wonder if the rivalry might. I don't know how to phrase it. Help Centennial kind of stay in this a little bit more.
Well, the thing, at the college level, Arizona State, no matter if one team is having a really good season, the other one not so much, you can kind of throw the records out when the two play.
It's going to be even if somebody blows somebody out, it's a tough game to get to that point, to get there, and then it kind of opens up as well. So, it's like what are we looking at? Yeah, Robert says Drew Pearson. Drew Pearson. Can't see today. No, somebody bigger name than that. Isn't that funny? We both have it on tip of our tongues and we can't think of it as well. Robert says you don't need to outlaw the tush push. You just need to call a stinking penalty when it happens. That's the other side of it. It's just, look, I've come to the conclusion NFL refs are dumb.
What?
We saw a beautiful thing on the sky ref, on the field, to me, on the real live play, it looked like he got in and scored. I think it was Scatterboo running in there. And the refs called him down like the half-yard line or whatever. And I was like, nah. So, Dable went to challenge it. But before they went and talked to him, the ref goes, Sky Judge says it's a touchdown. So there wasn't a lengthy review. The ref didn't have to jog his chubby butt over to the sideline and look at that tiny iPad on the guy's chest. It just Sky Judge said, nope, that's a touchdown. Change your ruling. And they just changed it instantly. It was a beautiful thing to see. I just don't know why we can't do it on other plays like false starts on the tush push and stuff like that. So Robert also put the one of them where the whole left side of the Eagles line on one of those tush pushes. Like they drove the Giants' left side of the line back like 5 yards before the ball was snapped. So I agree with you on that, Robert. It's just let me put it this way. If you saw a team run quarterback sneaks the whole way down the field, you wouldn't like it either. It's the same type of play.
Stop it, Steve.
Same type of play.
Just stop it.
4 to 5 is ridiculous.
Jeez Louise. I mean, who's in more trouble, the Eagles or the Chiefs?
Oh, Eagle. Okay, I don't care what you say. Now, this is the weird part, though. There was problems in the Eagles' locker room last year.
Yep.
And they somehow managed to push them through to the end, right? To get to and win that Super Bowl. But there was huge, and it's there again this year. At some point, dysfunction is going to ruin you. Last year it didn't. They figured it out. Is this year, Jalen Hurts receivers hate him because he can't complete a pass to them. Last week when he threw to A.J. Brown stopped on that route. I blame A.J. Brown for that, not Jalen Hurts. Last night, he overthrew the other receiver that I just forgot his name. That was all on Hurts. A professional quarterback cannot miss that guy running down the field. Devontae Smith. You cannot miss that guy that wide open on that. So last night was Hurts. But there's dysfunction going on. And there's dysfunction in the Chiefs locker room too. I don't think it's copacetic in the Eagles locker room. Chris Jones had to come out. Do you see that? He had to acknowledge that he just stood there and watched the game-winning touchdown by Jalen Hurts.
In this day and age, it wasn't Jalen Hurts. It was Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Sorry.
Yeah, but in this day and age, we always said it even when it was the grainy black and white of film that we watched, reel to reel, the eye in the sky don't lie.
Yeah.
And you have to watch yourself, and you have to be accountable. And
I have a problem with him waiting till Thursday to acknowledge it. That's one of those things.
How many times do you think Andy Reid had to walk by his locker and go, "Hey"?
This is my point. That's a play where you come out on Monday and you go, "Hey guys, that was me. I didn't hustle. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I don't know what I was thinking. I was concussed. I don't care what you have to say, but you're saying that on Monday, not Thursday after you have to shut down your social media accounts and your fans are ripping you. People like me are ripping you for the absolute lack of effort on the game-winning touchdown play. I have a problem with. I mean, I'm glad he did it. He needed to do it, but waiting till Thursday? Come on.
Well, the other thing I want to, before we move away from last night, how do you think John Mara and the general manager for the Giants felt last night? Here's Saquon Barkley, only 58 yards rushing.
I read on Wednesday in the New York papers, and it said the Giants' major goal for Thursday night was making sure Saquon Barkley doesn't go off. Like, they didn't care if they lost by 70.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley wasn't going to go off. So, I mean, it was on the top of their mind. That was floating around the papers. And, and they weren't just making that up. They were getting that from inside the Giants building, when they were reporting on that stuff. But not just, John Mara, he's probably still upset about letting him go because he didn't want to. The GM's probably like, oh, thank God. I might have a job after this year.
Well, GM might be saying, hey, I told you it wasn't going to be a trade for 1 year.
Yeah, Eagles, Chiefs in most trouble. I mean, you could throw the Ravens in there. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Obviously, if your quarterback's out, they do not really have a chance to win the game.
No, but their division and their schedule coming up, they get Lamar back. The Ravens are going to win some games if they can get Lamar healthy as the way the season goes, and their schedule here coming up. It's just, I don't know if the Chiefs can – they still have to play the Chargers, right? Who's a physical team. And I think the Chiefs' problem is they were physical and dynamic before. And I think they've lost a lot of that physicality. Chris Jones wanted nothing to do with Trevor Lawrence falling down twice.
What were you thinking, Trevor? I was scared.
Then, Dale, we're going to take our break here, but before we do, this was Tuesday here over in Tempe. This was Tuesday of this week.
Oh, no.
Then we're going to come back and talk about the shenanigans going on right now. Tuesday of this week, Fox 10 was out at the Arizona State practice. and they were talking about how they're getting ready for the wet weather game out there. Sam Levitt, on Tuesday, Fox 10 posted this video up. I went back and grabbed it. Tuesday, this week, Dale. Sam Levitt at practice.
He doesn't. Well, is he grimacing, or is that because the water's cold?
That's what I was wondering. Now looking back at it, it's like,
is that a grimace, or is that, hey, quit spraying cold water on me?
Is there discomfort there throwing it? Well, if you missed that, right in the middle of watching our boy Cam, my boy Jackson Dart, there's the Giants, just boom, out of nowhere. Doubtful Sam Levitt for Saturday night. Let's come back and talk about it, folks. The main event. Before we get into the depressing news we got last night, I have an update for you. Kenny Dillingham was on 98.7 Bigly Marauder this morning. I listened to that as well. Hey, while you're watching us on YouTube, or watching them on YouTube, switch over. Click on Main Event Show as well, and just like our page as well. Subscribe to our page there as well. But Autumn says 623-252-6670. You can text us. Hit us up, of course, at TME Sports Show as well. But Autumn says Steve loves his jalapenos on his nachos. He's nice enough at the Cardinal game, so let me ask for them on the side because she can't stand them. I am nice. Did you hear that, Dale? Did you hear that? He's nice enough. Do you hear that, Dale? Nice enough.
I wonder if Autumn is just woke up, last day of vacation, and is in a particularly good mood.
Nice enough. I'll take it. That's all I'm going to say.
As I can see this happening
nice
the first
enough.
time. Hey, honey, can I have the jalapenos on the side? What?
She's She's nice enough to put the gross guacamole on the side, so I don't have to touch that.
If you don't like guacamole,
guacamole's devil talk. I'd rather you force feed me those ASU nachos I had last game with the gelato cheese that was hard as a rock.
Ooh.
I'd rather you force feed me that than eat guacamole.
That's ridiculous. You know what's funny is that I guess it's not funny, but Hillary's husband Scott is like, it's not allergic to avocado. It's like deathly allergic.
Really? Oh, like you? Ew.
Yeah, and every once in a while we're out somewhere. I'm like, hey, a little extra guacamole for my fellow over here. They don't find it quite as funny.
No, but I find it hilarious. Like, remember that shot you made that beat me? Let's get some extra guac for this guy, please, right now. I didn't know you could be deathly allergic to guacamole.
To avocado, yeah.
Avocado. I like avocados. It's just when you mix it up with all the stuff, I'm not.
You're one of those really, really, really weird people who like, I hate tomatoes, but I love ketchup.
I like tomatoes if they're not runny and smashed up and gross.
You're so Silver spoon.
Yeah, I like
Steve
I like my
McCullough.
stuff nice, Dale. I think I've made that clear over the years. That should surprise nobody.
The chef brings fresh produce when he makes my meals.
Then bring it over. If it's fresh, bring it over. You know what my biggest problem with guacamole is? You know what my biggest absolute... I don't know what you think you are, guacamole. I just don't know what you think you are. But to be charged $2 to $4 to $5 extra for guacamole, you know what, guacamole? You can take that and shove it up your whatever, because I ain't interested. Who do you think you are? I can get hop loads of sour cream. I can get handfuls of cheese thrown on my stuff. But guacamole has to be special. We got to charge extra for that.
Because it's made specially, Steve. There's
stupid.
love and care
So
and
ridiculous.
kindness.
I don't know who you think you are, guacamole.
You got to massage the avocado before you slice it.
I don't know what guacamole woke up and thought it was king of the side dish. But that nonsense needs to... Somebody needs to slap guacamole down a couple levels is what I'm saying. Then I'll be interested in guacamole.
Now, I will tell you, the guacamole that pisses me off is when they put all the tomato filler in there. And
that's the real reason why is because people... If you go to, what's that place? It's like the Day of the Dead theme. It's a Mexican place. Got way too expensive over these last couple of years.
Molinos?
No. It's like a chain from the valley here. Autumn knows what it is. Autumn, text in on what that is. But they have actually a guac cart that they come out. And if you order guacamole, and they make it in front of you. Yeah. And then you tell them what to put in it. You can put tomatoes and corn or whatever into it. And they make it right there in front of you. And then you use it as a dip and everything. That I'd be interested if I can pick and choose. But that's the problem. It's just guacamole. You order it, and the next thing you know, you got like nuts in it or something. You're like, why are there nuts in this? And I paid $3 extra for it.
Wow. Wow.
Barrio Queen.
Barrio Queen.
Great place to eat.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Been kind of pricey. Gotten pricey over the last couple of years, but
Really?
Food's to die for. Yeah. But they have those guacamole carts there, yeah. So guacamole. Settle yourself down.
Knock you a couple notches down.
I don't know who you think you are. Anyway, so we showed you the video. On Tuesday, I went back and looked at that video, and I agreed with you. I'm like, is he grimacing?
Right.
Throwing that? Last night during the game, the Arizona State Sun Devils put out their injury report going into this game. He was questionable earlier in the week. Now, doubtful for Saturday night's game on a Thursday night. What happens? Now, the problem is they released that, and then nobody had any information on it. So the conspiracy theory stuff went wild overnight.
Right.
To the point where Chris Cartman, did he hurt himself playing basketball? Because he plays basketball a lot, you know? People like that. Chris Cartman with Sun Devil source had to come out and say, no, my sources say he's been hurt since Baylor, and he's been managing it and everything. They just had a bye week.
Yes.
He's been managing it against Baylor, managed it against TCU, then a bye week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he's out there practicing, met with the media fine on Tuesday. Thursday night, you declare him doubtful?
Hold on, I've got to ask you a question.
You can't tell me.
Are you telling me he plays basketball during the football season?
Yes.
I love basketball more than life itself.
Reportedly, he does.
But you don't play basketball during the football season.
You don't do anything else, especially, hold on, let me put it this way, especially if you're hurt, managing an injury.
And I pointed out on that video, and maybe you can pull it up and show it one more time.
Could you go ahead and play it again?
Because you know what it reminded me of when we saw, what's the grimace?
Arch Manning.
Yeah, Arch Manning when he threw.
Yeah. See, to me, on Monday, Tuesday, I was like, oh, it's just a normal throw. It didn't bother me at all. But I saw that last night. First video I thought of was that one. And I saw the same thing you saw. And we don't know what the injury is. They're not saying, obviously.
Well, that just adds so much more to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, you don't go from Tuesday, Wednesday practice. Like, if they say Kyler Murray can't play this weekend, we're all going to go, well, yeah, he didn't practice all week.
Right.
You don't. If Kyler Murray was practicing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, meeting with the media and everything's a go, and then Saturday morning you wake up and it's like, oh, Kyler Murray's out today. You'd be like, what the heck happened?
Right.
How rough of a flight was that into Indianapolis? That's the problem with what's happened there as well. So that's where kind of the conspiracy theory stuff kind of comes up as well. So Chris Cartman early this morning, an hour ago, on his page said Sam Levitt didn't get hurt or aggravate his injury playing basketball or doing any other non-football activities. And Chris Cartman saying he's been told from people close to the situation. Yeah.
And he's pretty dialed in.
I can look. Him, Sun Devil Digest, a couple other guys, their contacts are as good as they can get. If they're publishing something, it's accurate. Let's just put it that way, right? With who they have. If it's not players or coaches, it's family members, things to that effect is where these guys get in. Same thing with Jason Shear down there in Arizona with their coverage of the Arizona program and stuff like that, things to that effect. It just rationally to everybody out there, and you played football, rationally, if you're practicing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after a bye week, you're good to go. You might be dinged up. You might be injured. You don't get you're out on Thursday night because that's what doubtful means.
Well, and not only Thursday, but Thursday night.
What time was it? 7:15, I think, is when.
And I doubt there's any media available. I guess Kenny went on.
So Pete Thamel put something out. That's where I first saw it, Pete Thamel, and then I started I pulled up the injury, and I was like, oh, it did happen. Right. What the heck? And then Chris Cartman started talking about it. Some other people started talking about it to verify. Because at first I was like, all right, Pete Thamel's pretty accurate. I don't know if I should trust this.
Right.
It was weird timing.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you wait till today to put it out?
Well, because didn't you have to release your second
they already
injury
released
report?
It. Oh, that's what it was, the second report?
I think.
But it doesn't add up is what I'm getting at from a rational standpoint on what's happened here, unless he did something to re-aggravate. Stepped in a hole, fell down the stairs, sneezed wrong, back hurts, whatever. It just doesn't make sense. Then this morning, Kenny Dillingham does his weekly hit there on Bickley and Murata. I watched it. And he used the term, he's been battling the injury since Baylor. He's been going to not just rehab with the program, outside rehab, Kenny Dillingham said, trying to manage it and everything to that effect, right? Have we heard anything about an injury?
Not that I know of.
We have heard nothing.
No. And usually the quarterback.
And he's going to outside therapy to manage whatever the injury is that we don't know about, and that doesn't sneak out?
This is not the left guard we're talking about.
Kyler Murray hurt his foot after he got hit in the face with a ball on Sunday. And we knew about that instantly. I love saying that. And everything. Sam Levitt's been managing.
Hold on. You got hit in the face. He fell down.
I try to say it with a smart. I try to say it. We don't know when he got hurt on the foot, but he went to the locker room.
He went to the locker room after getting hit in the face.
I know that, and that's why I equate the foot injury to getting hit in the face.
I really thought that he got a concussion from getting hit in the face with a football.
It was a hard hit, man. That was a hard snap.
It's a football.
You centers. Yeah, but have you ever been hit by something
with the helmet on?
I guess that's true. I shouldn't say that to you.
Yeah.
Dale, have you ever been hit by something in the head when you're not looking? I guess you're not the guy to ask that.
Oh, that is true.
But that's why I equate the foot injury to getting hit in the face, because he went to the locker room after, and then they come out and they're like, Kyler Murray's questionable to return with the foot. And it's like,
he got hit in the face.
So that's why I phrase it that way. But I don't, it just, to the rational mind out there and knowing how this works, if he was good enough to be probable or questionable on Tuesday and he's practicing, how do you go to doubtful on Thursday night? Thursday night, how do you go doubtful? It makes no sense. Then Kenny Dillingham said, he used the word, this is his word, he used the word shocked. He said, I would be shocked if he plays Saturday night. And then he repeated it, shocked.
So he didn't say he was shocked that he's doubtful. He said he'd be shocked if he played.
Yes. And he said, we had to follow the rules of the Big 12 and report it last night.
See, that's the whole thing. For many, many years in college, you didn't have to report that stuff.
We would have tuned into the game on Saturday night and found out Sam Levinson Street closed.
Yeah.
And we all would have been like,
what?
Now we get to overreact today, Dale, instead of Saturday.
And all day tomorrow.
This isn't something, I'll put it this way. The rumor mill's running wild on this one because this doesn't happen in sports. You don't get these kind of surprises. No hint of an injury at all? And then Thursday night downgraded to doubtful?
Yeah.
What happened? And you can't hide. If something happened away from the field, you can't hide that.
It will eventually come out.
But they're trying to hide it. A lot of people are saying this is a ploy here, right? He is injured, but this is a ploy to scare Utah off. Utah is not scared of Jeff Sims coming in and playing this weekend, folks. Utah's not now going, well, we won't plan for, we have to, oh my God, now we have to scrap everything and get ready for Jeff Sims.
Throw it all out.
This is baffling. Doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Rumor mill's going crazy right now.
So before the season started, I said I see so many similarities between ASU and the Cardinals. I love the coaching staffs. I love the kind of players that they're getting. And now all of a sudden they got to simulate each other so much that both quarterbacks are going to miss a game on the same weekend?
Yeah. Conspiracy theory galore. Let's put that tinfoil hat on Steve here.
What do you think it is? Shoulder?
Okay. You want to speculate? It's an upper body injury. And it's a shoulder or his ribs. He took some shots in that Baylor game coming back. And then in that TCU game, that even in the TCU game especially, I was sitting in the stands going, he ain't going to get up after one of those.
So when
He's a
Baylor
physical
TCU,
player.
bye.
Bye. Yeah.
And there was no mention of all that. And obviously they don't need to turn in an injury report a bye week.
But during the TCU game, this is what worries me. The TCU game, he was throwing the ball fine, right? And he was playing his game fine. What do players tend to do on bye weekends, Dale?
Well, you get away from the game for a little bit. Get a break.
Yeah, that's what's worrying me.
Was he playing pickup basketball last weekend?
Was there some relaxation or something happening during a bye week that he thought going in Monday, Tuesday, he thought, here's the other thing. Did he keep it quiet beginning of the week? He wasn't feeling right because he injured himself. Was he keeping it quiet Tuesday? This is what you're doing is you're allowing us to speculate on this. If this was TCU game in the week of the Utah game with no bye week, I'd be like, hey, he got hurt in the game. Not a shocker. Off a bye week, and then it explodes to this level on a Thursday night? Did he show up to practice, thought he was all right, aggravated it, did something to something he did during the bye time off? Look, the speculation's there because this type of injury in this scenario does not happen unless you fall down the stairs or something on a Wednesday night. It just doesn't.
Well, if it goes out, they play basketball.
You played a lot of football. A lot of football in your day. Is there a scenario you could think of where somebody's come in and just they're fine, probable, questionable, they're practicing all week, and then the 2 days before the game, they're like, yeah, I can't go.
I think that there have been guys over the years who have showed up on a Monday, didn't report an injury, thinking that it wasn't going to be that serious. Then you come back on Wednesday and like, oh.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm wondering. The speculation I have is that what's going on?
Well, especially, Steve, we're going to go down this rabbit hole, especially if he's playing pickup basketball over the weekend.
Speculation alert. By the way, speculation, folks. Get mad at us for speculating all you want.
Especially if he was playing pickup basketball, which I'm sure his coaching staff has said, hey, if Hellas Straight can go an entire football season without playing, you can too.
Yes.
And he tweaked an ankle, did something on the basketball court, came back on Monday and said, oh, I think I'm going to be okay. I don't even have to talk about it or report it.
Yeah, and then he's out there throwing the ball, grimacing.
Yeah.
And then as the week goes on, he's like, and then yesterday he's like, man, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right. I'll put it this way. I think it's an upper body injury because he's a running quarterback, but he doesn't have to run. So if it was a lower body, tape it up, put the braces on it, go out there. Hey, you're just not going to run as much this game, but you can throw the football, right? If you go from doubtful on a Thursday night, that tells me it's an upper body injury. Where, last year he had the rib problem, which they try to keep quiet, but it was a rib problem. Can't breathe, for instance, stuff like that. You don't want to re-aggravate it. Or it's a shoulder injury where, like you said, was there a grimace in that picture? And then you can't throw accurately. Maybe during the week they were noticing, like, your passes aren't being thrown. Are you all right? You're not throwing the ball right.
Yeah, I can't wait till we come back after the break and hear what Steve has to say, how this is going to affect Saturday evening.
Well, it means I'm going to the Scottsdale Christian game.
Wow.
Just kidding. Not watching this game as well. Yeah, Pete Thamel went out with what Kenny Dillingham said on Bickley and Murata this morning on 98.7. And he just says basically what I said. So, but he did reiterate, like I said, he used the word shocked. But he said, even Thamel says, he reiterates he's not likely to play, barring something miraculous. Is what he said with that shock word.
I don't think they're come up with a special pain-killing drug the next day.
I'll put it this way: you don't go TCU. He plays well, wins that game, go into a bye week, come back, and you can't play all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Does that happen? I can't think of a scenario. I've been racking my brain since last night of a scenario where that has happened.
No,
doesn't happen.
The thing that jumps into my mind is, okay, so you have the off weekend, so I'm sure you were off practice at least Saturday and Sunday.
Probably had the weekend off, right?
And did you go out and do something?
That's what I.
Which where my mind goes, and hopefully I'm wrong, but that is going to be in your mind.
But this is the speculation they've given us by, one, being quiet about it, two, the way it's gone down.
Oh.
That the rumor mill is big on this one because you're not giving us anything but a rumor mill because this does not happen in sports. You don't go from Wednesday, you're fine, Thursday, you can't play. That means something has happened. And everybody's like, hey, we just reported where we're supposed to, and he's probably not going to play. He's been battling an injury since Baylor. Yeah, everybody's battling an injury since Baylor. But no word of it at all until today. That's the problem with this, is it's unnatural the way it's gone and how we know how sports goes.
And the timing.
That's what I mean. The timing is not natural. And so you're going to get the speculation and the rumor mills and stuff like that going into this game. And Jeff Sims, congratulations. You get to start this weekend. I actually like Jeff Sims in small doses. It's just you can't go to Utah. We're going to talk more about that when we come back, second hour. You can't go into Utah and have a slow start like they did at Cincinnati last year when he started. You've got to come out rocking and rolling in Utah Saturday night fast. Here's the other side of it. If Sam Levitt's been practicing all week, how much practice has Sims been getting?
Yeah, because they said that Lev was taking first-team reps as
all
of
week
Tuesday.
Long. So now we got an unprepared quarterback going into this game as well as a backup? What are we doing? Come on back.
Steve,
Main event, second hour.
Steve, I like you in small doses.
2 hours is all it takes. And we're back here. Oh, I think we're done with the speculation hour. But until they give us hard stuff, man, that's what I'm going to think. I'm going to think he hurt himself during the bye week. It just otherwise, there's no other explanation.
In non-football related activity.
Yeah. Because if it was practice, they would have come out with it sooner. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But obviously, big game coming up in Utah. Second hour main events here. Like, subscribe to the free podcast system. Subscribe to our YouTube page as well. You catch all of the shows we produce here on demand. The Real Matrix. 3 episodes are up on demand at Robat TV right now. So if you're watching us live or have the subscription, it's an extra channel there. First 3 episodes are up. Dale Hillestray makes an appearance on the first couple ones as well. You'll see him pop up from time to time. There's a free podcast for The Real Matrix as well. Right now, it's just on Podbean. It's being pushed out to the other ones. We're waiting for the links back, and then it will be up on the YouTube, our YouTube channel as well with the main event, McCollum on Business and the Pit Stop. So you can find it there on demand as well. There's some copyright stuff we had to work through. I thought we'd have it up yesterday. I spoke a little too early, but we will have it up, if not today, this weekend on the YouTube page as well. From that perspective. So look for The Real Matrix, another show we produce here at the program. And Ethan, Riley, Kobe, all work hard at that stuff, getting this stuff to you guys. And Dale, they make us look good, even when we're speculating on injuries because we have nothing else to do about them out there as well. Robert says Barrio Queen he says Barrio Cafe, and he says it's highly overrated. Ooh. Is Barrio Cafe the same thing as Barrio Queen? I don't know. Robert says.
Well, but see, you went one more step and you made me forget what I was going to say.
I know better than that. I know better than to, get that CTE running on you.
Wow. Wow. That's my friend.
I know I care about you. I care about you. I shouldn't go the next step and make you forget about stuff out there. So, this changes the perspective on the ASU game this weekend. I'll tell you this, ASU was a 5.5-point dog. Last night, that news broke. About 10 minutes after it broke, because like I said, I was trying to find out if it was true or what the situation was before, because I was like I said, even with Pete Thamel's tweet, I was like, I don't know if I want to. I better be careful on this one. I was even reading his, Twitter handle, letter by letter to make sure it wasn't a fake one.
Right.
Because I was just like, that's how improbable what happened last night was. At least last night, I did not look today. They moved to 7.5-point dogs Saturday night in Salt Lake City.
It was worth 2 points.
Well, Utah is good at home. That crowd is outrageously good. Now you're going to factor in rain, sleet, possible snow flurries as the night goes on up there. So you're going to add that into it. And then Utah plays better at Rice-Eccles Stadium at night than they do during the day. There's something about that atmosphere that makes it more intimidating at nighttime. So you have all of those factors. The crowd is absolutely wild. The crowd is crazy, psychotic, if I may call them that. There's something about the Utah crowd that makes you just want to punch them in the face.
Come on.
The problem is they'll hit your back because they're psychotic. But no, what I'm saying on that is I'm complimenting them, Dale. They're ugly too, by the way. They're ugly people.
Wow.
But you know what that means? You're running into a stadium with ugly people, foaming at the mouth, rabies, ugly people, flipping you off, yelling at you, calling you names, using words you shouldn't use. It becomes an intimidating environment to play in.
75% chance of rain.
Yeah.
High of 72.
Yeah. And now you're going in with the backup quarterback who has experience. Look, he played for Nebraska. Not well, but he played for Nebraska. He went into some pretty intimidating environments to play. Yeah. Ethan said, and Georgia Tech. I don't know what intimidating environments Georgia Tech goes into.
Don't they run the wishbone or wing tee or single wing?
So it's going to be interesting to see. At 7:30 p.m. Kickoff.
Is it going to be interesting to see?
We're all going to have it on. For at least a quarter. We'll see what happens. Now, I will say this. If Sam Levitt's really hurt and he can't play, sit him out. Obviously, sit him out this game. You can lose one conference game and stay alive. I saw somebody last night. I saw a bunch of people go, well, there goes our chance at a Big 12 championship. No. Even if you drop this game, I understand the sentiment because you got Texas Tech coming in here next weekend. So I understand the sentiment. This is the game you need to win in case you drop the Texas Tech game, next week. If you lose this one, you're putting just a lot more pressure on yourself going into the Texas Tech 1 p.m. kickoff next Saturday over here at what I call Sun Devil Stadium still there. Now, so it does change that perspective on it, but I don't know. I'm just not getting good vibes, man. I'm just not. It's just the rain's here. It's going to be a depressing weekend around, I think, is what we're going to be facing, Dale.
Valley can't have nice things.
What are you talking about? Suns went to China this weekend,
Wow.
this morning. 5 a.m. tip-off. Dale woke up.
I did.
Watched every play on his way
I
down
was
here.
still up.
And yeah,
My dog.
I was still up from my trip back from Mesa. I had to pack a lunch and everything. He had to stop for snack. He had beef jerky, soda to get that drive done and everything. Suns won, at least, in China against the. They were down big for a while there.
Gritty, Steve.
Gritty preseason overtime win.
Yeah.
I didn't know it went to overtime. Ethan just told me that. It's all preseason basketball against the Nets of all teams from that side. Yeah, it just changes that perspective. So let's get into our picks here for the college football weekend. We have a bunch of games this week.
Oh, we do.
Well, there's a lot of big games out there.
Yeah.
A lot of big games out there. First and foremost, big game, Stanford. This is a ACC matchup that has just been going on for years and decades.
Big rivalry.
My grandpapa talks about this rivalry.
Was this a
back in the
band
day.
game? Was this a band game back in the day?
I grew up with my pop just telling me about the good old days when he would attend the vaunted Stanford SMU matchup. Tradition. College tradition, Dale.
Wow.
It's played at Gerald F. Ford Stadium over there in Dallas. I got SMU winning this game easily. Stanford's just terrible. Even with Frank Reich as a quarterback, as a head coach, they just don't have any talent right now out there. They got a $50 million thing from an ex-football player, by the way, directly to the football team.
But you're sitting there going, okay, you got Frank Reich as head coach. You got the quarterback, Andrew Luck, as the general manager.
Yeah, they just don't have any talent.
Well, why not?
Well, Frank Wright was hired late, and he's only there for a year. He's only committed to 1 year of doing this. Are you going to get good recruits at that point?
Probably not.
You're going to get the kids that want to play football and go to Stanford as a school. You're not going to get the kids that don't care about education at Stanford.
Plus, you can't recruit them.
That want to play football. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're recruiting a kid and he's not super smart and cares about his education, he's going to just cross you off the list right off the bat.
I got recruited by Stanford. Before they watch film, they check your grades. And then, unfortunately, you watch the film.
I've got SMU winning this game this weekend with Stanford. Of course, there. Yeah. Who do you got?
All right,
Pick Stanford.
Mustang Mania.
Come on, pick Stanford.
Mustang Mania.
This might be like the Mustangs you saw last night, but opposite. This might be a blowout. The opposite way this weekend for the Mustangs.
Go Mustangs.
The red Mustangs. Dobson's the blue and gray Mustangs.
Yes.
SMU's red and what? White, obviously.
Blue.
Red and blue? Oh, they have blue too?
Yeah, a little blue in there.
All right. Number 1, Ohio State. It's 17th ranked Illinois this weekend.
That's in Champaign, right?
In Champaign. Look, Ohio State's going to get off that bus and just feel icky, gross. Ew, things aren't cleaned. They're going to have that kid in front of them, like in Coming to America, that's going to be throwing rose petals down in front of the Ohio State players and Ryan Day. They're going to have a cleaning crew in front of them, wiping down handrails and chairs and everything, because they're going to be so disgusted being in Champaign. So I predict Ohio State wins this by 40 points on Saturday.
Wow. You don't think they're going to get off the bus and start choking and gagging on the fumes of the cows in Champaign, walk into that relic of a stadium and go, what are we doing here?
And they're going to play bad
And
because of it.
they're going to play bad because of all that stuff.
Indiana blew out Illinois
Yeah.
by, 50? And Ohio State's another level on top of Indiana. It's just not going to go well for Illinois this week. Illinois is a good mid-level team in the Big Ten. They're just not at the Ohio State level. So I've definitely got Ohio State in this one.
I guess I will
Come on, go
begrudgingly
Contrarian.
go with you in Ohio State.
Go Contrarian. Go ahead, pick Illinois. That's all right. It'll be good. Then you got 8 Alabama, 14th ranked Missouri this weekend. Missouri's got a couple kids on that team, man, that know how to play. Alabama just is there and they're not there. They're just they beat Vandy last week, what looked like handily on the scoreboard, but it doesn't look natural for them. Alabama there. Can Missouri get the win, Dale? Is there going to be an upset?
You just always have questions about Kalen DeBoer there in Alabama.
Yeah. And you're going on the road here, too.
And I've said it over and over. You never want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
Yes.
And no matter what he does, he's going to be compared to Nick Saban, and he's not going to match up.
Yes. Yeah, you'll never match up to Nick Saban.
Having said all that, give me the Crimson Tide.
All right, I'm going to be contrarian here. On the road, Alabama drops road games with their head coach here. Vandy was at home, so they got lucky last week. I'm going to go with Missouri to win a squeaker of a game against Alabama this weekend at home.
Contrarians usually lose.
I don't have confidence in this pick, but it's going to happen. Convincing myself of it right now. You got 7th-ranked Indiana, 3-ranked Oregon up at Corvallis. I want to pick Indiana in this game. I love Indiana's style of football. At Oregon, though, I don't think they can pull it out. That crowd is crazy. That crowd is nuts. That field is ugly as sin. Indiana boys have never seen anything as beautiful as Oregon, folks. They're going to be in awe of that scenery up there. Oregon's going to win this game. Probably a close one, but the Oregon's going to win this game.
I don't think it's within 2 touchdowns. I think, obviously, if this was being played in Bloomington, Indiana, they might have a chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Going on the road against Oregon, I think this will be over.
I'm just not sold on Oregon's offense being able to blow them out. That's my problem, the way that they play. But, yeah, I agree with Oregon on that. Then you got 6th-ranked Oklahoma, and I picked this game. That's an extra game that we're doing. I picked this one because is this the game that Texas beats a Power 4 team this year? Number 6, Oklahoma, going to Texas this weekend to battle it out there. Arch Manning looks like somebody else. I'm trying to think of a bad quarterback name that I'm just drawing a blank on.
No wonder why his grandfather said, he'll probably stay another year.
Arch Manning looks like Russell Wilson out there last night with his one pass. I have no faith in Texas. I don't expect them to win it. I think this free fall continues. I don't like Oklahoma necessarily, but in this instance, Texas is licking their wounds. And teams that start as number 1 teams and now they're unranked and they haven't played well, they're going to start packing in the season coming up here. So I have Oklahoma winning this game and, quite frankly, winning it kind of soundly.
Red River Shootout played at the fair. Evidently, it's not played at 11 o'clock like it usually has been.
It, yeah.
They moved it to a little bit later. But I think Oklahoma wins this game.
No, actually, noon our time, so 2 p.m. their time.
2 p.m. their time.
Yeah.
Used to be 11 o'clock all the time.
Yeah.
But
you went with who? I'm sorry, Oklahoma?
I went with Oklahoma.
Yeah. It's just a rivalry. God, couldn't have happened to a better guy like Steve Sarkisian and Matthew McConaughey. That's what you get.
Why don't you like Matthew McConaughey?
Because he roots for Texas and acts like he's freaking the owner of the Texas Longhorn teams on the sideline. I like him. I like him as an actor. BYU, 18th ranked BYU, going down to Tucson. There's talk of them moving this game up because there's a little bit of rain coming into town. 5 inches they're proposing down there in Tucson tomorrow. BYU, 18th ranked. BYU plays in bad weather, folks. True freshman quarterback for BYU going down there. Arizona is a better than average Big 12 team. They're not as good as the Iowa States. They're not as good as those top-tier TCUs and those teams. They miss most of those teams. I miss all of them, actually, the rest of this year. BYU, I don't know if they're deserved of the 18th ranked team. If there is bad weather here, though, down in Tucson, even if they have to move the game up, it starts at 5 p.m. now, even if they move this game up to avoid some of that weather, I just got a feeling BYU is that next step up for them. And I think BYU gets the win down there at Arizona. It is going to be tougher than BYU thinks it's going to be. The other side of it is a lot of blue is going to be in that BYU stadium this weekend as well. So you're not going to have that home field Arizona advantage. And I know I can mock last week's non-show up of that noon start and stuff like that, but it's going to be a lot of blue there, a lot of BYU fans. there as well. A lot of people saying "shucky darn" and stuff like that. Dale, BYU's winning this game.
Well, I got a bet with Bruce Cooper. This is the kind of game that can propel my Wildcats to new heights. I say bring on the rain. The sloppier, the better, because my Wildcats love the muck. Give me the Wildcats.
They like the muck in the artificial turf field down there.
Yeah.
Sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm sorry.
The mud and the muck, Steve.
ASU 21st ranked going up to Utah.
Ooh.
This game has changed. I'm not going to lie to you. Here's what sucks. I placed a bet when that line came out that Arizona State was going to cover the 5.5. And earlier this week, I had Arizona State going up to Utah and winning this game. I think the defense was going to do enough for Dampier, Utah's quarterback, to maybe struggle in this game a little bit. And I was assuming after a bye that ASU's been focusing on their red zone offense. I logged in last night, Dale, and I can do a cash out if I want to for $3.25 on my $5 bet earlier this week.
Get out, Steve. Get out.
Losing $1, whatever, is not as bad as losing $5, right? I didn't do it, Dale. I'm riding with it. Jeff Sims is going to be the king going into this, and Utah is going to win this game, and they're probably going to win it by 14 or more points this weekend.
You cannot. No, I'm calling BS. You can't pick against the Sun Devils.
They're going to get destroyed this weekend. Here's the other side of it. And honestly, here, this was a tough game regardless. So, I don't think it's going to be as bad as, a lot of people are saying it's going to be with Simpson there. I think they're going to stay in this game a little bit. It will be interesting to see how this offense runs. I'm worried about the psyche of the Sun Devils. You've been in locker rooms before in a game when you lose somebody really, really important and you see a mood dip a little bit. Maybe you go, oh, but we got to rally about him, and you get that back at some point. You lose Sam Levitt unexpectedly on Thursday night, and your backup quarterback, how prepared is he? You could see a dip in the emotion on this team, and the Sun Devils cannot afford a dip on this team. I'm worried about their emotional state going into this game. If they start slow in Utah, you ain't coming back from a 17-point deficit in Utah, folks, like you have been able to in the other games. You're not doing it. Not on a Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. in that weather. That's what I'm worried about on ASU, and that's why I have to pick Utah this weekend. There's
so many conflicting reports. Was Sam Levitt actually taking first-team reps?
It came from media people that were there. I know.
That's what was reported.
Are you telling me that everybody was on board to lie to everybody out there?
And there wasn't one player who goes, "Hey, Sam ain't cutting it or doesn't look good."
Yeah, you're counting on not just players but media people to not. Somebody would have said, "Sam Levitt's not taking first team reps."
Yeah, and so if he took the first team reps, and they're expecting him to play as of Wednesday, and then on Thursday he's out, that's one thing. Because as players, yes, he's obviously your leader. Mm-hmm. He's the guy that you kind of count on. Mm-hmm. If it's a surprise to them, sometimes surprises are better than planned.
I think a surprise closer to game time could be better. A couple days out,
yeah.
You show up to practice today and things aren't going well. In practice today, things are a little bit off. A little bit of doubt in your mind going into waking up tomorrow morning.
Well, all they're going to do is probably have a walkthrough today.
I get it.
No, there's, again, I'm just going back to my old adage, Steve. What do I always say? Valley can't have nice things. And here we go down the ASU.
Yeah. I know that the ASU made me pick against them this week. You got Utah as well, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah, it hurts me. All week long, I've been waiting to say, ASU's winning this game this weekend. And then last night happened, and I'm just worried about the site. Even if the team knew, the emotion, the emotion you need and you're going to run up against going into Utah to 7:30. If this was a 1 p.m. game, 4 p.m. game, I've been in that stadium for a night game before back in the day, years ago, before they were even in the Pac-12. It's a different environment, man. And now you're throwing this little small wrinkle, which isn't a small wrinkle. I just worry about the psyche on a team that has struggled to start games properly. and struggle to get fast starts. That's dangerous in my eyes coming up here. So that's kind of how I'm looking at that stuff there as well. So don't forget also, guys, the Mercury tonight, Game 4. They're down 0-3, of course, 5 p.m. tonight, folks.
Did you hear all the controversy with Stephen A. Smith
down there at the Mort?
Sue Bird complaining that the lower bowl ticket prices without Caitlin Clark should be going for over $2,000, and they're only going for $500.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you want us to say. People aren't willing to pay $2,000, Sue Bird. I know. I don't get the argument on that. This is what and I've said this before, and you're going to see it with this as soon as this series is over, whether it's tonight or Sunday, because it's going to be one of those days. If necessary, it's going to be Sunday at noon. This is when this series is ending. Is tonight or Sunday, and then the Suns are without, their leader tonight for the concussion. On top of it, they already are getting outplayed on the bench.
You mean the Mercury?
I mean the Mercury. So I think it ends tonight. But if by chance the Mercury are able to pull one, just don't get. At this point, I'm like, don't get swept. Just don't get swept, right? But either way, it's ending Sunday at noon. And then the focus is going to turn to the CBA, and I've said it 1,000 times to you guys here. The stance and what the WNBA players are saying and acting like, it's going to turn everybody off, except for their diehard fans. You're already seeing it. And those comments are, these tickets should be going for Well, they're not. Why are they not going for $2,000, Sue Bird? Because nobody will pay that. Why do you even come up and say that? It's
supply and demand.
Why even bring that up? It's not $2,000. Why are you saying it's not $2,000? Because it's a 5 p.m. start time here in Phoenix. You guys drive anywhere around 5 p.m.? Anybody drive anywhere? It's hard to get around this city, especially driving from the outskirts into downtown Phoenix. And that building's going to be mostly full tonight and supporting the Mercury tonight as well. That Mercury fan base, especially when they get to these levels, is another level. You got to give them a ton of credit. But I want this series to go on as long as humanly possible, because the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to start being annoying with we deserve this, and then tickets should be sold for this, and we should be doing this, and we should be doing that. It's just going to annoy the crap out of everybody moving forward.
And it's not all Caitlin Clark. It's not all Caitlin Clark.
I don't get why they keep saying that. You need to embrace Caitlin Clark.
Can you imagine the whole contingent of people going, it's not all about Michael Jordan. It's not all about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
We want ours too.
I know. When I remember I saw Michael Jordan play live one time, and I paid an ungodly amount of money at the time for those tickets that I wouldn't pay for anybody else.
Or it's not all about Tiger Woods. It's not all about, you know what? Your earnings went up about 20-fold.
And that's what's coming our way when this series ends. But Mercury tonight as well. They're 5 p.m.
Who you got?
From that. Oh, Aces are winning tonight. Especially with I just forgot her name, so I apologize. I'm so bad at this today on a Friday.
Yeah.
She had the concussion last week.
You don't care. It's Satu Sabali.
Yeah, Sabali. There you go. Yeah. I had a name in my mind. I knew it wasn't right. I didn't want to mess it up there. But yeah, Sabali. I mean, she's a leader on this team. She's their union rep, and we've made fun of her this year with some of her comments earlier this year. But she's out with a concussion, and you were already struggling with the Aces. Right. It's not going to go well from that side as well. This weekend, if you're a college hockey fan, at least an ASU college hockey fan, the Icebreaker tournament's in town. Starts today, Mullet Arena. If you're interested in that, Fox 10 will have the ASU games, the KUTP, that whatever that is, off air. They will have the ASU games here. ASU does play tonight, 7 p.m. against Notre Dame, Dale, in their vaunted hockey program. 7 p.m. tonight. The other teams in town are Alaska Fairbanks and Quinnipiac. They play at 3 p.m. here, our time at Mullet Arena down there. And then tomorrow, Notre Dame will play either Alaska Fairbanks or Quinnipiac at 3 p.m. And then ASU will play the other team that doesn't play at 3 at 7 p.m. tomorrow as well. So that is in town. And Penn State's hockey lost last night, by the way. I want to throw that out there. But ASU getting their hockey season going, of course, and we're hoping them much success coming up from that perspective. Scottsdale Christian Academy, Phoenix Christian, Saturday night. This is going to be a fantastic game. If you're up in the Scottsdale area, Tatum right there and something.
Between Thunderbird and Greenway.
It's going to be a beautiful game. It's going to be a testing game. Both of these teams are getting a real test here, weather permitting.
Ooh.
Maybe I'll be there.
Ooh.
And then, of course, Desert Ridge going to Red Mountain tonight. Are we going to do an over/under on what this score is going to be tonight, Dale, in terms of blowout? Running clock starts when, Dale?
Well, which game are you going to tonight?
Queen Creek plays ALA Queen Creek. I'm not going to that one. On the
No,
road.
Queen Creek plays AL.
Queen Creek plays ALA Queen Creek.
I thought that was next Thursday.
Oh, is it?
I thought.
Oh, are you doing that?
I thought.
Do they have a bye week this week? Oh, you're right. You're right. That is the 16th. I'm sorry. So they have a bye week this week?
I don't follow Queen Creek. I don't have a kid there.
I
did. I know. I would sure know what the schedule is.
Yeah, they have a bye week this week. You're right. So never mind. That is next. Are you calling that game? Is that why you know? Yeah, Ethan says there is a bye week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't look at the date. So
Yeah.
why are you Are you doing that game?
I
that
am
why you know
not. I've been fired, I think. That's something controversial.
About the nachos?
Yeah, I really tried to sell out their nachos. They got mad.
Yeah, so ignore the Queen Creek thing. They're on a bye week this week. But Desert Ridge, Red Mountain. Running clock halfway through the second quarter tonight. That's how much faith I have in Desert Ridge.
Through the second quarter? Wow.
Well, you saw Red Mountain. Are they a running team? Red Mountain's a running team, right?
I think they do. Steve, I don't remember what happened last night.
That's the only reason I brought it up. I wanted you to admit that to everybody.
As soon as I walk off the field, I'm like, what was the score?
Folks, as soon as we go off air, Dale goes, "Who are you? What am I doing here?"
What are we talking about today?
And I go, "Let's show you to the car, buddy. Let's show you to the car coming up here."
Remember, you're on B2.
So that there, if weather permitting, I will go to the Desert Ridge Red Mountain game tonight, weather permitting.
So any rain at all, like drops of rain, and you're not going?
I'll go if it's a sprinkle.
You got an umbrella?
I do not own an umbrella.
Well,
I'll be a man. I'll be a man. I'll just sit there and
get
sit
soaked.
there and get pneumonia.
Yeah. Come back on Monday morning all sick.
I'm glad Ethan doesn't have a microphone because he's letting out all my secrets. I have a towel I bring with me and it wrap around me.
Buy a $5 umbrella, knucklehead.
Yes. When we come back, let's get into it. Suns win there. Other NBA news. This is how, I don't know. I saw LeBron James stand up from his little ad there, his decision too. He didn't look like he was hobbling with a bad back. And of course, Major League Baseball. Then we do our NFL stuff as well. And we might see Jacoby Brissett this weekend. Come on back, folks. The main event. Robert chimes in and says Barrio Cafe is the original, and he says both are overrated. Yeah, they were. Barrio Queen was really. I don't like that fancy Mexican type food where they put all the garbage on it, so I have to like scale it back a little bit. Like I don't need squash. I don't need a side of squash with with my tatas or whatever I'm eating, whatever those are called.
Tapas.
Tapas, thank you. But they got really expensive these last few years, so we don't go there anymore.
The tatas did, or the tapas?
Robert also says the new commercials from McCollum on Business and the Real Matrix are real spiffy. Yeah, we've been working on those for a while. Finally got them all done and out there. That's the McCollum on Business one is going to. I do not like that picture. That's not a flattering picture of me at all. I do not look like that, folks.
You need something from like the chest up.
I'm not happy with that at all. That picture. But no, I appreciate it, Robert, for noticing. And obviously, we need to advertise what we produce here. So we're getting that out there. So I appreciate you noticing. Yesterday was the first day we started doing this with the new commercials and things to that effect. We do have some sponsors here as well. I know we're going to get them ads to get on there as well. And so our goal here is to, advertise people that support us and the shows that we do here and everything, but also not have 400 hours of commercial breaks for everybody. I've always been felt like that was very important. I hate that when I tune into something and it's like a commercial every 10 minutes, 12 minutes and everything. So Robert also says things are getting really loose on this Friday. Yeah, welcome to Fridays. A rainy Friday here and everything. Yeah, we always used to joke around on the radio. I used to always be like, it's a Friday show, folks. Buckle up. Who knows what's going to happen as we go into that side of things. So, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. I went back, and it was a stupid ad for whatever he was selling, LeBron James, at Decision 2. And then yesterday they announced LeBron James is out 3 to 4 weeks because he has a sciatica on his left side. Well, we all have a sciatica on our left sides. Just sometimes it hurts.
Wow.
He stood up and walked out of that chair and into that chair like it was nothing. You have to be out 3 to 4 weeks, Dale? Are we calling this the truth? Or is this LeBron just doesn't want to start the season?
I think LeBron is looking at the long haul, Steve. It's a 100-game season.
He's Torey Lovello now. I'm going to ramp up for the season.
Yeah, he's going to rest his way in, then he'll be ready to go when it's time to go.
DeAndre Ayton did an interview yesterday, and I don't have the audio on this, but he did an interview at his locker. He plays for the Lakers now. And he said he has yet to practice with Luka or LeBron James on the court.
Huh.
We're what, 3 weeks into training camp here for the Lakers?
They're all on their own timetable, I heard the coach say the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
Which means they're not working out with the teams. They're all doing. LeBron's doing a commercial. Luka's doing whatever Luka does.
Looks fantastic.
Well, we haven't seen him in the camp. We saw him in July. Did he lose some of that? Did he lose some of that muscle? I didn't gain it. That's for sure. Look at that McCollum on Business ad. You can see I didn't gain it.
I'd almost be willing to bet. I would go as far as say I bet you Luka leads the league in scoring this year.
Without LeBron or with LeBron? He ain't leading the league because LeBron's going to steal a lot of shots from him.
Well, with a little bit of LeBron.
Yeah. I put it out yesterday. I said this is how LeBron's going to go out. Just miss a bunch of time. He wants to be healthier for the playoffs and everything. So you're going to see that kind of a move. I was more shocked that Ayton said he hadn't even practiced with Luka yet. Luka's a player though that he's hard to play with because, the ball stops with him. Kyrie Irving struggled with it at first and stuff to that effect. So you need practice time with him. And if he's not even there practicing, this is going to be an interesting start to the season.
You got to consider, you always consider the source. DeAndre Ayton might have practiced with him for a week and didn't realize
Didn't even know it.
Yeah. Well, hey, who's that skinny white guy over there? Hey, DeAndre, that's Luka.
And then DeAndre goes, he doesn't look anything like Luka on NBA 25. I didn't recognize him. What the heck? Yeesh, the Lakers. That might be a fun watch this year. Then you got Major League Baseball. What a just unbelievable way for your season to end last night. And I said this all season long on the Diamondbacks, if I may go back to the Diamondback season a little bit. Put pressure on the defense, whether it be a high leverage situation, as this was an elimination game in the playoffs, extra innings, but do something to put pressure on the other team and make them make a good or perfect play to beat you. Now, this is just a scrib hit up the middle to the pitcher. But it put pressure on the pitcher to make the catch cleanly. He doesn't. And then that puts more pressure on him with the bases loaded, right? Or a guy at third to make a perfect throw and make the throw to get out of the inning. And panic ensues, right? So you've got to do that type of stuff and be aggressive in these scenarios. Torey Lovello, pay attention. If you missed the end of the game last night, Phillies-Dodgers, here we go.
Strike. Pages breaks his bat. Kerkering got to find it. Throws to the plate. Oh, my goodness. He throws it away. And the Dodgers have won.
He had so much time to throw that to first base, man, and get the out and get out of that inning. But he just panicked in that moment, in that scenario. Dodgers eliminate the Phillies. Rough night to be a Phillies fan last night.
Everything speeds up in a situation like that. Obviously, everybody's 2020 hindsight vision. He still had time to throw it to first base.
Even in the moment, if you saw JT Real Muto, the Phillies catcher, he was pointing to first, and he still threw it home. But in that moment, I mean, you've been in a Super Bowl. You know, you've been in those types of situations. Like you said, it's speed, put pressure on them, them make the play.
Yeah.
And, it was just a weak hit up the middle. That gets made 99% of the time during a season. And it
one game, bottom of the ninth.
Cost the Phillies the series yesterday from that
Couldn't happen to a better city.
And then that happened, and then the Eagles were getting blown out at the same time. So that city, yikes.
Yes, sir.
I feel sorry for the light poles around Philadelphia today.
Got to take all that grease down.
No, it's just they had to keep them up. They're all going to get taken down from that side. Today you got Detroit at Seattle matched up here. This is going to be a fun final game in this series. Now, being at home in Seattle, I have Seattle in this series. Detroit is favored today, folks, coming up, which is – but Skubal's on the mound here for Detroit. I think that's why they're favored. This is going to be a tough game for Seattle to win. You got to get to Skubal because if you allow him to do what he did in game one, you're in a lot of trouble. You're going to have a hard time winning this game at home. I think Seattle can still do it. I have them picked for this series, but this is going to be a fun game to watch. First pitch is at, I can't see because my glasses, man. 5:06? 5:08 p.m. is what it comes up here. I have my screen really small for this.
5:08 on Fox going against Big George Kirby. Kirby's 6'4", 215 pounds.
He's a big dude.
He's from Rye, New York. Steve, do you know where Rye, New York is?
Just outside of Wheat, New York.
And just south of Rice.
And just east of Bread.
10-8, 4.21 ERA for George Kirby.
It's not a good pitching matchup for Seattle. Seattle's bats are the key for today. You've got to get to the Detroit pitcher early. You cannot have a 1 or 2 hit game going into the 8th inning and think you're going to win this game tonight for Seattle unless your other pitchers can dominate this. So it's going to be a fun watch today. That's today. With the Phillies getting eliminated last night, Dodgers have 3 days to hang out a little bit, right? You have Chicago Cubs and Milwaukee Brewers going to a deciding game. That'll be Saturday, 5:08 p.m. First pitch for that as well. TBS, I can't stand the TBS coverage. It's annoying to me. Just turn the sound down. But I don't like how the Cubs have crawled back into this thing, man. I don't at all. Now it's going back to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's favored in this game, but I do not like the way the Cubs have crawled back into this. They have all the momentum right now.
Real quick, Skubal, whatever, however you pronounce it.
It was drafted by the Diamondbacks.
He's 4-5 away from home for Detroit this year. 13-6 overall, but his ERA is 2.21.
Yeah, no, you can get to him. It's just that first game. He looked so good in the first game that he pitched there.
241 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Second in the league.
Yeah, you got to get to him early. Get him out. Get him chased out of that game. Make him panic a little bit if you're Seattle. And I'm rooting for Seattle on that one. There Saturday, as I said, the NL there. I'm just gonna stick with the Brewers here to get it done at home. But I'm not gonna be surprised if the Cubs win that game. And then Sunday will be the start of the ALCS at Toronto. Who would have thought Toronto hosting the ALCS? To start. Who would have called that at the beginning of the season?
Do you think that Major League Baseball will be super excited about Seattle Toronto.
No. The Canadian audience would probably
Yeah,
be
that really sells a lot of advertising here in the United States.
But that'll kick off Sunday, 5:03 p.m. Whoever wins that game today, going to Toronto. And I don't know, man. I've kind of changed my tune here. I think Toronto might be the team representing the American League in the World Series here coming up, regardless of what happens in Detroit, Seattle today. When all along I thought it might be Seattle from that perspective. And I always thought it was going to be Milwaukee. I'm having doubts on that even. As we talk about that. So that's your weekend of baseball coming up for everybody out there. And then, Dale, some other things are happening this weekend around sports. On Sunday, I think, is when it kicks off all day. I, of course, am talking about the curling championships.
That's a sport you and I could take part in.
I don't know, man. They have to sit there with the brooms.
Oh, no. I wouldn't be the broom guy. I'd be the guy.
The guy that pulls it?
Yeah.
You can't get down that low. What are you talking about?
Come on.
I can get down that low. I just can't get back up.
Just stay down there.
Especially on ice. NFL, of course, we got coming up this weekend. And I said this with Lou yesterday, Dale. It's just, as I look at the beginning, normally after 4 weeks of the NFL season, you kind of know who teams are and everything. I don't think we know who anybody is after 5 weeks of the NFL season. Everybody's just beating everybody, upsets galore. You know, people coming back late in games. On top of it, you know, you're seeing meltdowns in games. I just don't know what's up and what's down in the NFL. I mean, there's some truths. Saints aren't good. Jets are terrible. You know, and they have to travel overseas to play the Broncos this weekend. I think maybe getting away from the U.S. might help the Jets out a little bit this weekend. Wouldn't that be great if they land in the where's that game at? London, I think.
London, yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if all the hoodlums from soccer show up and they just start heckling the Jets and it's worse than when they're in New York? I think that'd be great. It's just there's not a lot of certainties or things you know. Like, you know the Bills are good, but then again, they've also lost a game they shouldn't have lost to New England. So there's a lot of, like, just unbelievable question marks going into this weekend. Then injuries, of course, have a big part to do with that. How's Joe Flacco going to do? We'll talk about that game coming up. But K1, is he going to play? It is out there. Kyler Murray is practicing today. If Kyler Murray is practicing today, that tells me, barring a major setback, he's playing on Sunday. That safe to say, Dale?
I would say if he's taking the majority of the first round reps, yes. Because otherwise you'd think you'd want Brissett to get as many reps as he
especially on a
can.
Friday,
Yeah.
right? Yes. Going into that. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going back home in terms of where his dad played, and obviously he saw his dad play a lot there as well. So he's going back there. You're going to have those nerves, you know, as well. You know, I want to show up my dad. I want to show up Pops over here at the stadium. Things like that with Kyler Murray playing from that perspective. But so we'll talk about that coming up. But PFF, Pro Football Focus, Robert tagged us on this yesterday. They ranked the top 10 offensive lines entering Week 6.
Okay.
Denver Broncos, number 1. Indianapolis Colts, number 2. Buffalo Bills, number 3. Philadelphia Eagles, 4. This one I don't agree with. Kansas City Chiefs, 5.
That's a little surprising.
San Francisco 49ers, 6. Your Arizona Cardinals, 7.
Well, then that whole thing just thrown in the trash.
Then you got Rams, 8. Jaguars, 9. Detroit Lions, 10. Yeah, I responded and said, I want whatever they are on because I want to live in that world.
Obviously, they haven't watched the game or film. Now, again, last year I'd had an argument with them if they ranked them, out of the top 10.
Yeah.
This year it's a completely different start to the season.
Maybe they only watched those 20 or 40 snaps or whatever it was that Hernandez played last week. Yeah. Maybe they only watched those snaps last week.
Do you think maybe he can go 30 this week?
We're not getting any news. I mean, the Cardinals aren't going to want to put that out. They're just going to say he's healthy or not. But
he's a right guard.
You've got to. I'll let you insult the right guard.
He's a right guard. It's not like, oh gosh, Indianapolis, if he plays, we got to change our defense. We got to go Bears defense if he's playing. Come on. So silly.
You would think if he's healthy after last week, he's coming in and playing more snaps, right?
You would think,
I'll go a step farther. I was thinking about this week. Have you ever heard of a lineman having a snap count?
I have
You either
not.
start and you play the whole game, or you don't play, or you come in and back up if somebody gets hurt. I've
the-
never heard of anybody having a snap count.
The thing that I can understand, first game back from a serious knee injury, maybe they said, hey, we're going to play you, and then we're going to let you rest for 2 series, and he came to him and said, hey, this thing is stiffened up so much I can't go.
The way he was on the sideline, I just don't believe that. He
Okay.
wasn't acting like a man that wasn't ready to go play some football. He was jumping around, Dale. He was, flexing his knee. Like he was like trying to stay warm, And I just don't believe that that's the case. Just watching him on the sideline with my own eyes.
Well, you saw it up close and
Yeah.
personal. I'm just trying to come up with a reason why.
Because
you
I
don't
mean,
put
if
him
that
back
was the
in.
case and he did that, he would have just stood there on the sideline, right, and not done anything or not tried to stay warm and stuff to that effect, right?
Does he go a whole half? Does he go the whole game?
Are we getting to the point now where we're gonna have guys start? We're gonna start snap counts? Because I mean, you know this better than anybody sitting at this table, in this area,
in this building.
since we're at 2 separate tables. But I mean, it's hard to substitute linemen. You need continuity between linemen. You need to be able to trust the guy over there. And once you get in a rhythm with, say, Adams or somebody, and you know how Adams is playing, if he's struggling and you're trying to kind of help him out, stuff to that, and then you bring somebody else in and then you rotate them out and bring them back in, like that's got to be detrimental to the continuity of your offensive line also, doesn't it?
It does not do you any good, especially with the fact that he was playing much better than whoever they were going to put at right guard. And once he came out, you saw a definitive difference in that offensive line.
I didn't even know he was out of the game, but I went, something happened on that line, and then I saw him standing on the sideline.
Yeah.
Because I normally don't watch offensive linemen because unless they're hurt, they don't come out of a game. And now we got a snap count. I find it weird. I just found it weird as the week's gone on in my own little psychosis mind that I got over here as well. So Lamar Jackson, by the way, is practicing again for the Ravens. That just came out right now as well. So I'm sorry, not practicing. So Cooper Rush again on the Ravens. So just.
So what did they score last week? 3, 7.
I don't even think they moved the ball, Dale. It was such a terrible thing from that perspective. But I want to get that out for you Ravens fans out there. So I don't know, man. I don't know if PFF is watching because this Cardinals offensive line has been atrocious this year, run game and all, and to that effect. Robert says Gannon is starting to act like Torrey with his snap counts. Hernandez should be ramped up by week 13. Yeah. There's 12 games left in the season. We want him healthy at 12. We want to have him gearing up for the playoff run at 12. It's just, I get when Torrey says it. I get what he's saying with guys coming back. You give them a pitch count, so they don't hurt themselves. It's just, you never hear about it with linemen.
No.
I've never paid attention enough to hear about it from the island as well. So, okay, so Howard Balzer came out. Robert just tagged me on this in terms of Kyler Murray. Jonathan Gannon said Kyler Murray will be on field today in only a 1-hour practice. That doesn't give me faith he's starting this weekend. It's only an hour-long practice.
Well, the more the weeks went on, the more I am kind of hoping that he doesn't play.
I've been on that. I said it last week, too. I said when the foot injury came out, and then they said he wasn't practicing, so whenever that was, Monday or whatever, I was like, is that the worst thing to happen to this team, to have Kyler Murray sit for a week?
Because I again, nothing, I'm not casting aspersions on Kyler. I just want to see, how does this offense look with a different quarterback? Is it the same? Okay, if it's the same, then maybe it's not the coach.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden it looks different,
yeah,
maybe it is the coach.
balls all of a sudden being thrown down. But at the same time, I mean, let's face it, offensive coordinator, he's going to call the game differently with Jacoby Brissett, which is going to tell us something as well. They don't have faith in Kyler Murray doing that stuff. So, but here's the other, it's not, so you got that side of it that I'm interested in seeing. I want to find out if it's the offensive coordinator, or if it's the quarterback, and this is another insight to that. It's only one game. It's tough to draw a conclusion from it, but look, we're going to overreact and draw a conclusion from it. The other reason I'm okay with Kyler Murray getting healthy and sitting out this game and Jacoby Brissett starting, you've lost 3 games by a field goal. Obvious frustration. The players have had to come out and say, we're moving past the coach hitting our guy all week long. The media says that and the team says they're rallying around it. Changing quarterbacks because of an injury could help you with your psyche going into this game instead of going out with the same old, same old. What's my motive? What's the thing I always say on this program? Change something. Change the M&Ms. Change the flight route. Change the service you use from the airport to the stadium, to the hotel. Change something. If your quarterback is bad foot and cannot go or is limited, we need to see if we can juice this team up a little bit. We'll go with Jacoby before we come back.
You can always present it as, we want you to get healthy.
Yes. You can go, Kyler, you can go in this game. They have a tough, you can go in this game, but we need you for the next 11 games out there. That could bring a breath of fresh air. It might not, but that could bring a different attitude to this team to start this game with Jacoby Brissett out there.
Yeah. It very well could.
That's why I'd like to see it.
And I think a lot of people are kind of expecting that.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I am.
Again, the reality of the situation is it could look uglier.
Yeah, I know.
It could.
But we know how bad it's looked with Kyler in there.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you.
So that's kind of why I'm leaning like,
And this way you're not actually having to come out on a Monday and say, we're benching our starting quarterback.
That's the thing. You have a built-in excuse right now to go with your backup. So you're not calling out your OC. If you bench Kyler, you're saying you're the problem. If you fire your OC, you're saying you're the problem. You have an opportunity due to a injury to say none of those aspersions out there. And it's just, hey, we got to go with Jacoby. We need Kyler for the next 11 weeks.
And see what it looks like.
And then just see what happens.
Yep.
And then you might have a problem afterwards, but you can deal with that then. That's the side. Yes, I want to see if it's OC quarterback. That's the side. This team needs an attitude adjustment going into this week. The way they've lost, the way they've started this season, the way their offense has struggled, the way they've finished these last 3 games. They need an attitude adjustment. And you have one right in front of you right now. Throw Will Hernandez in there. Jacoby Brissett gets the start. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, you go back to the way it was. But you tried.
Wouldn't it be good on a Monday to have Jonathan Gannon have to go in there after a 31-21 victory?
Surprise win.
And go, yeah, we're going to have to evaluate things.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Kyler's our starter, but I don't know. This might be a lingering foot injury.
Yes. Kyler all of a sudden needs surgery on that left ankle. But here's the other side. Here's the one reason why I don't think it's going to happen. I think Jonathan Gannon knows he has an offensive coordinator problem. And he's protecting him at all. You put Jacoby Brissett in there and that offense looks good or doesn't look good, you're forcing Jonathan Gannon to have to make a decision he does not want to make, obviously.
Nobody wants to fire a friend.
And I
except for you. I mean, I've heard you love to fire friends. But.
Hey, I'll fire anybody if they're not performing and doing their job. I ain't going to lie to you.
Why'd you look over here? Uh-huh. Why do you keep looking over
here? I have
an
itch.
Oh, are you looking through me to your son?
Yeah, my neck hurts.
Are you looking through me to your son?
You can ask Ethan. I told Ethan straight up, man, when he started working here and stuff. I was like, you come and do your job. I go, otherwise I don't need you. You won't come in anymore. You can go work at you can go work at McDonald's or whatever. I'm not saying that disparagingly. Don't anybody go, McDonald's isn't a bad place to work.
You said it disparagingly.
I'm just saying you can go work someplace
else. Are you
telling
me that your son Ethan could give the wrong orders just as well as anybody else you go to McDonald's for?
Every time I pull up to the window, he'd be like, forget his hash brown.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Ethan can forget the hash brown just like the real well-trained guy.
Hey, we ordered 3 hash browns today, and we got all 3 of them.
3? Who needed 3?
Ethan wanted 1, and they have buy 1, get 1 for $1. So I ordered 2. I'm trying to get him to eat. He's skinny as a rail, man. He barely eats.
I know, but who ate the 3?
He had 2, and I had 1.
Oh, he had 2.
Yeah, he had 2. Yeah, and then I had a sandwich. Yeah. No, we had 3, but that's why we did it. Yeah.
I thought you were ordering somebody to my left had the 2, and the skinny guy had the 1.
Yeah, 2.5. I cut 1 in half.
Wow.
So that's my thoughts on Kyler Murray this weekend, and why I think that's why they're going to put Kyler Murray out there, is because I think it's hard. He wants to protect Drew Penzing as much as possible out there, and this could force a hand. With Kyler Murray out there, you can stay with the same narrative you've had all along, that they continue to have and stay on that side. Jacoby Brissett goes out there, and the offense looks worse or the same. There's going to be people screaming for somebody's job, even more so than they are now. This weekend's picks, Cowboys at Panthers, Dale.
I think the boys are going to hang about a 50-burger. Clayton Adams. Remember the name, Steve.
I don't disagree. Panthers, they're fun to watch when their offense rolls. It just doesn't roll very often. T-Mac is a fun guy to watch as well. But they're just not going to be able to score enough points to keep up with the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys as well. Seahawks and Jags this weekend at Jaguars. This is unless they go to Miami, this is the farthest trip the Seahawks can take unless they go out of the country other than Miami. Jaguars are on a high right now. I am a little worried after they played when they played Monday night.
Kansas City?
Or Sunday night, whenever that was.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about this coming in here. I think the Jags get it done, though. They are tough. They are gritty. I watch a lot. I made a lot of fun of Liam Cohen when he was hired. I didn't like the way he was hired. I had question marks about it. This guy is a fantastic head coach here. They nailed this hire. I got the Jaguars winning this weekend.
Boy, when you say that, because we didn't even talk about it after the game. First of all, I hear the name Liam. Doesn't exude masculinity and things like that.
Well, then you see him,
and then all the things that went on last year between Tampa and Jaguars. But I tell you what, a victory like that can propel a team that is better, but still has question marks, and all of a sudden you go and beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville might be in it for the long haul. Go and give me Jacksonville.
The other thing about Jacksonville, Lou brought this up yesterday, and I thought about it after he said it, because I picked Jacksonville to win this division. So I thought they were going to be good. I was thinking like 8 wins, maybe. But Indianapolis in that division, same record, but Indianapolis is taking all the focus off of the Jaguars are doing this quietly right now.
Very quietly.
Everybody's focusing on Indianapolis and their start to the season. I think that bodes well for the Jaguars also as the season goes on, because they're not going to be waking up reading the papers saying how great they are, because that's all going to Indianapolis in that division.
Well, and the thing is, you look at it, and Seattle's favored in this game.
They are, yeah.
Flying to Jacksonville.
Sam Darnold, yeah. That front seven, though. I'll tell you this. Trevor Lawrence falls down twice in this game. He's going to have 7 guys on top of him. Not Chris Jones standing there watching it. Wow. That front seven of Seattle, if it's not the best in the game, it's top 2, 3 for that side. The other thing, Liam Cohen, man, he stood right up to, Robert Salah tried to bully him. Yeah. And he stood up into his face and handled it the right way. He's just really impressed me. I just can't say enough about him. So I'm going to go with the Jags here. 49ers this weekend got the Buccaneers at Tampa, so another long trip here for them. I think this is the week where the 49ers injuries catch up to them. Buccaneers are playing really well right now, and I think the injury catches up to them with this long flight. Buccaneers win this game.
You know what? Baker Mayfield, strangely enough, has become like a favorite of mine. To see where he was,
Did you see him knock talking with that fan on before the game?
I forgot he was a walk-on in college.
Yeah.
And then he became a Heisman Trophy guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Cleveland, and he's all that in a bag of nuts, and he gets knocked back down underneath the earth.
It looked terrible. Yeah.
And then he goes to Carolina and somewhere else.
Yeah.
And now he's in Tampa. And, man, I become a big fan favorite of Baker. I think that, and you're taking the long flight and everything that goes against that.
All the injuries.
Yeah, all the injuries. Go and give me the Bucs.
Yeah, if this was in San Francisco, my attitude would be different.
Right.
On that. I agree with you on Baker Mayfield. A reporter asked him earlier this week, "Hey, are you going to reminisce? You're going to reminisce about your good times with Sam Darnold? You're going to reminisce about your good times in Carolina?" And he goes, "My what?" And the reporter goes, "The good times in Carolina." And he goes, "Yeah, that conversation's not happening." Basically, there were no good times in Carolina. Right. And I was like, well, Baker Mayfield still has that confidence he had in Browns that everybody hated. It's a matured confidence now to where I don't hate it.
I don't think it's arrogance. I felt it was arrogance.
Yeah. It's just a mature confidence. He was drawn with that guy last week in the stands, and calling the names. They're going back and forth, and it was kind of comical to watch. Then after the game, early in his career, he would have stopped and done some gestures or whatever. He was skipping by the guy, making fun of the guy, and the guy's like, "You still suck." And I was like, Baker Mayfield won that conversation. And early in his career, he would have come out looking like the bad guy, that type of a thing. So I agree with that. So you got the Bucs also. Lions at Chiefs this weekend. This is Lions are going to win this game. The only question I got is this going to be close?
It's in Kansas City.
I don't care. I don't care if the refs come out in Chiefs jerseys this weekend, Dale. The reason why, physicality of the Lions. It's not talent. Physicality of the Lions. The Chiefs are going to struggle with that. And the physicality, especially on the defensive side with that offensive front, with Travis Kelce, with those receivers, I think that's going to be the difference, and I think the Lions win this game.
PFF has Detroit's offensive line ranked lower than the Cardinals.
Yes, they do. Well, they're all-pro century, possible Hall of Famer center retired in the offseason. Ragnow, isn't that his name?
Yeah, and they still got
I'm being sarcastic. I'm joking. That offensive line is still dominant.
Kansas City, again, I don't know how many times I've said it, probably getting tired of hearing it, but when you're a really, really, really good team like Kansas City for as long as they have been, the decline is not gradual.
And you can see it. I saw it on that Monday night game. The magic is gone. They're still getting the refs' calls like they always have. It's just they're not able to capitalize on it like they used to be able to.
So give me the Lions. What are they favored by?
I didn't look up the lines this morning.
Kansas City's favored by 2.5.
Yeah, at home. Okay.
I might have to make some bets.
Yeah, well, I already did. I did it yesterday as well.
Yeah, well, you've done that a couple times.
A game we're not betting here. Well, that means bet opposite.
Yeah.
What that means these days, folks. Holy cow, it's been ugly at times this year. The game we didn't talk about that Lou and I talked about yesterday, that is an intriguing game. The Browns playing the Steelers this weekend. We're not going to officially pick this game, but this is fascinating. Browns over in Europe last week.
Didn't take a bye week after.
Did not. Coming back, and then they get the Steelers in Pittsburgh, no less, this weekend. Did Gabriel get his second start of his career? He looked decent last week. He did not look like a rookie. Didn't look like it was too big for him against the Steelers defense. I'm not impressed by the Steelers this year at all. Aaron Rodgers is just doing enough right now for that side. The interesting thing here about the Browns that I brought up to Lou yesterday is Joe Flacco moving over to the Browns. I'm not saying the Browns are all of a sudden going to have a great offense. I'm saying the Browns with Dylan Gabriel is somebody you should be paying attention to because he just lost his veteran presence to help him get ready for games. So he's got Shedeur Sanders now to help him out. Do we see a regress here with him, them coming overwards and stuff like that? So that's something to watch. But then the other one is Bengals-Packers. Joe Flacco, I said this earlier in the week. I said it yesterday. Joe Flacco going to the Bengals, it's going to be an improvement on this offense over Jake Browning because Joe Flacco has no desire. He has no thought in his head that he's going to run the football in his mind. He's going to unload these footballs to the Bengals receivers faster than they've ever seen before.
Well, see, the way I look at it is I think Joe Flacco, Cincinnati's not going to be able to get to him and mess with him this week. He's probably been to one practice after flying coach here,
they sent a car
back and forth.
They sent a car for him.
It's
only an hour. It's only a couple hours.
Oh, I know. It's not.
They sent a car, and the whole time he was on the car, he was on the phone with the coach, with the playbook. and they were talking about the play call.
But they're not going to have a whole week or 2 weeks of practice to screw him up.
Yeah.
I could see this Sunday him coming out, throwing for over 300 yards.
That's what I'm saying.
The two best receivers he's played with in a long time.
Yeah.
I would not surprise me to see Cincinnati light it up.
He doesn't want to get hit. He's going to unload the ball quickly. I like running quarterbacks hang onto the ball longer because they trust their feet to get out of situations. Joe Flacco knows he ain't running with that ball, so he's going to want to unload it, like literally catch it, throw it. Packers coming off a bye. That worries me a little bit also. Packers looking ahead of the Cardinals next week. Worries me a little bit also. Come on, Dale. When I say stupid stuff like that, don't react. It makes me laugh. I'm obviously being facetious.
Well, what was Lou's pick this week?
He liked the Browns and the Steelers.
Really?
I'm sorry. He liked the Bengals. Wait,
or the Packers?
Hold on. No. Well, let me look it up here. Let me get it right here. No, he was big on the Steelers this week because of the Browns coming over.
Yeah.
And all that. And then I brought up the veteran presence being gone. Joe Flacco was helping Dylan Gabriel get ready for that game last week. He ain't there now. So what is Shedeur Sanders helping him with how to get ready? So just pay attention to those two games. We're not officially picking them, but Cards Colts this weekend, Dale. I think the Colts are boat racing the Cardinals. The game kicks off at 10. Maybe we'll go see the Tron movie around noon. Is what I'm expecting here. I'm being facetious. I'll watch the whole game. This is a terrible mismatch. The only hope I have is Jacoby Brissett starts this game and we see some differences and an attitude change here for this team. I think this is a terrible 2-game series after the way the Cardinals have lost the last 3. Are they rallying? The team can say it all they want in their media availability.
No.
I have doubts that that's happening. I think there's doubts in that locker room. I think there's doubts on the offensive side, on their offensive coordinator. And this is not a good game to go into with doubts. I think the Colts win this game. It's not going to be a 20-point loss or anything to that effect. But Cardinals are probably going to be dominated, at least on the field and physicality side.
It's fascinating to me because back in August, we would have thought this is a victory for the Cardinals. Nobody could have foresaw what is happening in Indianapolis. But this is kind of the melting pot of the season. Because if they do go get beat up and dominated, they might be lucky to win another 2-3 games this season.
Yeah, that's what I said after that loss of the Titans. This is the turning point in the series. If you go beat the Colts,
but now all of a sudden, everything's put on the back burner.
And that's why I think you need to use the injury as a reason to. And you're not going to. If he's practicing today, he's probably starting Kyler, and he's practicing today. But that's why I think you need to use that excuse.
I thought you said he wasn't practicing.
No, Kyler is practicing today. It's a 1-hour practice. Yeah. Lamar's not practicing.
That's a walkthrough. So
it's a 1 hour.
You can practice the quarterback for a walkthrough.
But if they're doing that today, there's probably or are you setting up the other team? I'll say this: I have more faith in the Cardinals in this game if Jacoby plays. I just think this team needs a spark of something.
Yeah.
They're going in everything the same. And when it's going the way it's going for you, if you go in the same way and you do everything the same, you're going to get the same results. So, who do you have, Colts?
Got to pick the Colts.
Come on, going against the Cardinals?
I mean, I don't care if Kurt Warner comes back. I'm picking the Colts.
Dang. Really?
Well, especially at his age now.
I'm sure he could throw still good, right? He just
Ryan Fitzpatrick stood up to Cam Scatterboot pretty good.
I know. I think Ryan Fitzpatrick can still play. I think his problem is he went through every team and nobody wants him anymore. Every team's like, we've done that experience.
Yeah.
Dale, it's Friday. It's a rainy Friday. Everybody be safe out there for the weekend. Enjoy the teams all being on the road. You have fun out there in way far West Valley there for Liberty.
Liberty High School.
Are you wearing the American flag shirt today for Liberty or what?
Just go support Queen Creek.
Well, they're not playing. As I learned, if I showed up to ALA Queen Creek tonight,
You'd be sitting there with your towel on your head in the rain. Hey, who's a loser up there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the SEA Phoenix Christian game tomorrow night. The ASU game, we'll have to see with Jeff Sims getting the start reportedly.
Do all 3 games get played? SCA, and Phoenix Christian, Arizona down against BYU. And are there delays? Do they go without a hitch?
I'm not going to be surprised if the Arizona game doesn't get moved up 3 hours or so. Because if you're expecting 5 inches of rain, let alone thunder, that's hard playable conditions. So I wouldn't be surprised if today we hear that gets moved up, depending on the weather forecast.
Remember,
remember,
whether you're the NCAA, whether you're the NFL, they don't care about the players. They can play in 5 inches of rain. They care about the fans.
But it's also lightning and things. Heavy rainstorms generally bring lightning. So if you can move. Remember Arizona State, was it Oklahoma State, was moved up about 3 hours last year because that giant storm was rolling through there to where they knew there would be delays. So if they think there's going to be delays, they'll move it up. We'll find that out today, but they're all going to get in. It's just more going to be – I'd be more worried about the SCA Phoenix Christian game.
Yeah.
I don't know if they high schoolers and a lot of rain. I don't know about that.
Oh, they'll play in the rain, but
I'm talking a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Because even artificial field turfs don't drain right if you get a lot of rain than usual. We'll see you Monday, folks. Magalma Business coming up at 11. Come and join me. Hit YouTube page. Free podcast system. See you Monday.